into the lap of that running back.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. To the air. It's Stockton. Part of the Dogs want to move quickly. On 3rd down, he drops the throw. Catch in the middle. It's Thomas. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on 3rd down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
He's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him, he'll make those contested catches.
It's a good-looking run, and I'll say this. I know Georgia's always been known to run the football. They always want to be really physical, but it starts up front. They always seem to have great units on the offensive line. Guys that communicate and guys that get pushed. And they've put many running backs into the NFL, but it's because of these big old hog mollies up front.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Back to pass. Right on target this time. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
Nice job by the wide receiver getting open on that slant route against man coverage. He fakes like he's going to the outside. He's able to create some separation, cross his face, and then secures the catch.
Grab near the marker. It's Branch. Open field on the right. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, Dave. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
You don't see this very often, an early onside kick when you have the lead. And that one, I don't think, with required 10 yards, it did not. Penalty marker is out. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. From the gun, to give, looking for room. Breaks into the open. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. The Longhorns with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. From the gun, the running back looking for room. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that 1st down.
They're lining up on 1st and 10 from the 38. Scanning the field, it's Manning. The short hands, it's Moore. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
That's it, fly. Complete downfield. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
There's not a quarterback in college football that's not going to be successful with that much time to throw the football. And I think, Reese, I can hear the defensive coordinator in the next room, and he doesn't sound happy. No words that we could use on this podcast.
Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Nothing open downfield, so he'll just toss it away.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Unloads quickly. He'll be forced out of bounds. He'll mark it at the 13.
Nice route there by the tight end, making it real easy for his quarterback to find an easy completion.
Here's the snap, looking to throw. Setting up the screen. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. Looking for the tie with the extra point.
Yeah, and that's a nice job selling it by the offense, dropping back, making it look like it's pass. That running back slipping out of the backfield, throwing the football, getting a dynamic playmaker in space, and he says, I got this, I'll do the rest, and gets the touchdown.
We're all tied up, and they'll try to get it right back. They're going for an onside kick.
Well, I give them a lot of credit for having guts. You normally don't see onside kicks until the very end of the game. Here we are in the first quarter, and they tried one, but it didn't work. So their defense now has to come out here and bail them out.
Power football with the run. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. To the air, it's Stockton. Safe completion on the screen. There we go. That is a time-honored way to slow down the rush. Hit him with the screen and a chunk play.
Yeah, such a great job because you're flying up the field to get to the quarterback because everything looks like pass down the field. Let those guys get up the field, throw it right behind him. He does a little bit of the rest, making some moves, getting upfield, making the big play.
Bunch formation for these receivers. We've played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. First play of the period will be a 2nd down.
Get set.
Wants to go up top. Grab behind the line. It's Frazier. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down. This Georgia offense moving quickly down the field. From the gun, running back on the move. Got some room in under the goal line. Here comes the 2-point try.
And this is why you consistently run the football. A steady diet because you can break the long touchdown runs. Nice job breaking through the line of scrimmage, outrunning the rest, getting in for the long touchdown.
A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the score came on an impressive run from the 20. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. He stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Dumps it off in the flats. First guy never seems to get him as he finds his way out to the 19. The Longhorns in the hurry up. Back to throw, it's Manning. Quickly out to the tight end. Turning it on. Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10. They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Found the spot in the defense. Turning on the Jets. Touchdown, Texas! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
Man, oh man, when you got a weapon like that, you got to find him, and you got to give him the ball in space. You have some plays on your play sheet, and some of them just say, that guy, get him the ball, let him do the rest. Dangerous weapon out of the backfield, catching the football, making the big play.
They opt to go for 2 to try to tie it up right now. Snapped it in the shotgun. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited. One-score game, still the first half, and they want the ball right back, going for the onside kick. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch.
We're only in the first half, and I don't think anybody had onside kick in the second quarter on their bingo card. They were trying to catch the opponent off guard, but it didn't work. Now let's find out what this offense could
See that very often from this guy. It's second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Looking for a gap. It's Frazier. That's a high ball. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Offensive players, when they got the ball in their hand, they're trying to make plays, right? Trying to make you miss. There's nothing better than closing that gap and sticking that head right in that guy's chest and causing a fumble.
Looking to throw, it's Manning. Nice pick up there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. No huddle, offense to the line. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the middle. Just a hair too much on it from this big-arm sophomore quarterback.
Well, they're trying to attack the middle of the field. That time the ball a little too high for his wide receiver, and it falls incomplete.
He finds a dead spot in the middle. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
Not a lot the defense can do on that one, guys. With this tight end size, he's really difficult to defend on these crossing patterns as he gets downfield.
Here's the handoff. Running into the open space. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
And the Longhorns will snap it on 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. It's incomplete. Good job by the defense sticking with its coverage.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really be physical, because he bobbles it at all. As soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
He is stopped well short of the first down marker at the 15, and let's see what they do on 4th. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. The pull and throw off the RPO. Fights off a defender. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6. And guys, how much better does it feel if you go to that locker room with a lead? They have a chance to do it here. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half.
And down here near the goal line, you've got to be physical. And this guy's proven it today, Palmer. They've given it to him. He's put it in the end zone twice already. I'm going to keep feeding.
And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns!
Man, I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
Let's see if they can roll snake eyes in a good way and get the deuce. Motion from the wideout. Trying to pound it in. Into the end zone. 2-point conversion is good, and they now lead by a touchdown, a 6-point edge. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Branch. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Back to throw, it's Stockton. Got room to work. Oh, he's got some space. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. Running back searching for a hole. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Wants to throw on first down. Blasted as he lets it go.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
Back to pass on second down. Finds the tight end. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. They'll immediately call timeout. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball landing out of bounds.
And back to the air on second down. Makes a catch at the 15. Just what they were looking for, a huge explosive play, and they're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. They're looking to pass from the red zone. He's got it and still on his feet. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. Looking to throw, it's Stockton. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
Really nice job of awareness on first down that time by the defender. He sees it thrown, he's able to knock it down for the incompletion.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. They'll go up top on second and short. Got it behind the line. It's Frazier. Touchdown, Georgia! Better fasten those seatbelts. These offenses are cruising.
And that is a perfect job by the offense, executing that two-minute situation. The quarterback was really in charge and focused, made sure that all the right decisions were being made with respect to execution and the clock. This is something you practice all season long, and they execute the two-minute perfectly here at the end of the half.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. They'll snag it just inside the 10. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. One more snap coming before halftime. Looking to throw on first down. Going to try to get it himself. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. I guess they're trying to send a message to start this second half, lined up for an onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
Man, and they tried the surprise onside to start the second half. And this game's a great game. It's been back and forth, tied football game. Maybe trying to jumpstart yourself. But I'll tell you what, now you've put your defense in a bind. Let's see how they respond.
And and he dropped it. Just didn't look the thing all the way in.
I'll tell you, you got to have great timing on these out routes. And the QB and receiver had that. Quarterback put it right out in front of him. Receiver's just got to be able to make the play.
Man, what a finish we could have. Tie game, third quarter here, 2nd and 10. Looking for a man. It's Manning. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Breaks into the open. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Looking to pass inside the red zone. He's got it on the move. Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Yeah, and I think you've just seen how the quarterback has so much confidence in this guy catching the ball too, right? Receivers aren't open, tight ends aren't open. He knows he can find him running out of the backfield, or if he lines up at wide receiver, this dude can get open, and he can make positive things happen after he has the ball.
There is nowhere to run and nowhere to hide on these situations. You know the physical ground game comes into play inside the 5-yard line, and they match the intensity. Nice job. Everybody flying around to the football, making the tackle for a loss. Nice job by this defense.
Looking to fire. Big guy smells it. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch.
Nice job by the defense, forcing the 3rd and goal. You can't allow any run after catch in these situations. Play aggressive.
Touchdown, Texas! And with that, they've got the lead here in the 2nd half.
3rd and goal, you're going to turn around and just give it to this guy who just has a nose for the end zone. He's able to find the crease and pay it off for his offense.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Gibson. Stopped short. They'll bring him down at the 1. He just couldn't get it in. They'll try to follow that last touchdown with an onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Finds a man on the right. There he goes. Inside the 15, out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score.
And if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Back to pass, it's Stockton. Under fire. Missed receiver there, it's incomplete.
That's just great awareness by the defense, locating the quarterback and knowing they can't get to him. They can't get the sack. Just someone's got to get their hand in the air and knock it away.
They'll try to get it through the air. He's got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Bulldogs. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
Yeah, it just gets in the zone, right? You can't miss. You've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
2-point plays, the windows are very small to throw into. That time, he just tried to force it into a tiny window, ended up being picked, and the offense comes away with no points.
After scoring that touchdown, they'll try to get it right back with an onside kick. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. All tied up and just about set to kick it away.
Number 91, set to kick off.
Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. Maybe if he could have eluded just one or two more guys, it would have been a big return, but they'll mark it at the 30. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Looking to throw on first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Baxter. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Here comes the offense on second down. Looking to pass. It's Manning. Throws for the tight end. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Yeah, and a really good job by the defender, understanding the ball's coming. I got to break on it and go, and not try to intercept it and make a bad play. He swats it down and makes sure that's an incompletion.
This dog crowd is off the leash, and they are coming after them, bringing noise on third down. Wide open downfield. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Really nice job on that play. Quarterback and receiver being on the same page. Quarterback not telegraphing the throw, and the receiver does a nice job finding the soft spot in the defense, just settling down and giving his quarterback a nice target to throw to.
Grabbed behind the line, it's Moore. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, give the defense credit on that one because they knew coming into this one that they were going to try to get this receiver the ball in a variety of ways. They were ready for the screen there, and they created a negative play.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. And the Longhorns have this offense rolling. They're going to run it. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
Great offenses always stay ahead of the chains. That run right there, now you're in a good position. It's not second and long. It's not third and long. Now it's the whole playbook's open. The defense really has to honor run and pass on the next snap.
The Longhorns can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. He'll be stopped at the line of scrimmage, and time has expired here in the third. Their numbers. This is when winning plays are made, and we start right now in the fourth. So we open the final period with a third down play. They'll run the option. He'll pitch it. Nice move to keep running. He'll pick up a few before being knocked out of bounds at the 31.
And you kind of thought in that situation QB might keep it, but makes the right read. Gets it to the pitch man, and what does he do? Gets downhill. Get downhill and get that first down. New set of downs. Nice execution on the option by this offense.
Complete to the left. And a confident throw and catch, and they're in the red zone at the 13.
Man, the receiver right now is just living rent-free in that cornerback's head. Early in the game, caught a bunch of in-breaking routes. Now he catches the corner route. He can run the entire route tree, and right now, he's just running wild.
From the red zone, looking for a man. Bought a little time, lets it go. Got his man.
God, he's annoying to play against. You think about it as a defense, I'm trying to cage you in, trying to keep you in the pocket, and then he's just whoop, 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 spinning all over the place, getting outside the pocket, making plays, and then you got to go chase him again, and again, and again. Just wears you out.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Now the pitch. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
And man, what an interesting call. 4th and medium, and the offense says, run. They don't want to pass the football. They run the option. They get it to the pitch man. He catches it. But this defense does a really good job. You can tell they know where the sticks are, and they get the big turnover on downs.
Off the RPO, throw to the right, looking for the first. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
Great coverage on that 4th down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
He's in open space downfield. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made a tackle.
And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
A strike downfield. Stopped at about the 25-yard line, but it'll be a 1st down. The Dogs come to the line with a new set of downs. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. And it looks as if he'll pick up maybe a couple.
And you got to bang a timeout right here. You've got 2 left. After running the football, save as many seconds as you can to give yourself an opportunity to come back and win this game.
Looking downfield, it's Stockton. Swings it out to the flat. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the 1st down.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the 1st down.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Looking downfield on 1st down. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly. And it's incomplete.
This really has been a masterclass by the quarterback with decision-making, right? We've already seen him throw multiple touchdown passes in the game. He's understood when to take his shots and when to throw it away when things aren't there, like on that last play.
7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He's got an open man. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Motion from the wide receiver. To the air on 1st down. Caught behind the line. It's Frazier. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
Listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
Give to the running back. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line? The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The Bulldogs are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. To throw, it's Stockton. Using the quick game. And he'll go down, but he has enough for the 1st down. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on third and short.
The offense uses a timeout, 20 ticks remaining. And the Bulldogs started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. The give to the back. They get him down, but he was driving his way and gets it down to the 7-yard line.
It's all tied up. This offensive line, they want the pressure. They want everything to go through them here. They're saying, look, let's just run the ball. Let's get this thing down closer and closer to the goal line. Let's bleed some clock and put ourselves into position to win.
They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. So now on comes the field goal unit. And it all comes down to this. Make or miss, win or lose. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. Dropping back, it's Stockton. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs! They've got the lead here in the fourth.
And in that goal line situation, awesome job by the tight end, winning his one-on-one battle, making an easy target for his QB.
How much fun was that? I mean, you just dream of having games like that every time you go into the booth. I'll watch those two teams play anytime.
Yeah, that's what's fun about good teams. Really good teams squaring off. Like, there wasn't a lot of difference between these two squads. We could watch these every week. Love calling these games because they're competitive. Great talent on the field. Palmer, unfortunately, somebody had to lose.
Yeah, and the higher-ranked team was ranked higher for a reason. At the end of the day, when it came down to it, they made the biggest plays in the most critical moments. Both of these teams have tremendous playmakers, and they're both going to make a lot of noise late.